जय नारायणी नमोस्तुते जय नारायणी नमोस्तुते जय नारायणी नमोस्तुते जय श्री राम कृष्ण देव की जय जय श्री शारदा देवी की जय जय श्री स्वामी विवेकानंद की जय जय श्री बुद्धदेव की जय जय श्री जीसस क्राइस्ट की जय। So friends, let us begin this retreat by our usual practice of saluting Lord Krishna and the Yogeshwara. He is called Yogeshwara. What is meaning of Yogeshwara? Can you tell? Yogeshwara. Because we are going to talk about yoga today, so this is Yogeshwara. What do you think is the meaning of this word Yogeshwara? Chris, can you think of? Lord of Yoga. So, and the birth anniversary according to the normal Indian lunar calendar is approaching soon. It will be on 25th. So 2 weeks more. So let us chant his a hymn to him, the regular hymn that we recite. Vande Vamshidharam Krishnam Smayaman Mukhambujam Pitambaradharam Neelam Malyachandanam Bhushitam Radha Chitta Chakurendu Saundarya Sumahodadin Parat Parataram Devam Brahmananda Kripanidhi Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayana Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Puranam Nina मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भगवद्वेषिणीम्. See, the topic for this retreat is yoga, the theory and the practice. So, the topic should be understood first carefully, that this is not spiritual life theory and practice. Spiritual life theory and practice. There are the yoga itself that gets called as practice, and the theory is understanding the nature of this world, the connection, what our experience is, analyzing one's experience, that the subject and the object, the experiencer I and the experienced world. This is creating a lot of conflicts in us, that it is because these things change. The experiencer changes and the experienced also undergoes corresponding changes. So therefore, this experienced and the experiencer. So this understanding that and understanding this purpose of life, understanding that there is no such a separation actually, experienced and experiencer. The experiencer, the I or the Atman alone is real. This division is false. This wall breaks down when we try to analyze that experiencer and experience, where to draw the line. This is something that we should practically do the exercise about, where the I ends and the world begins. And difficult, but that is why it needs practice. That this I and the world, that is how we keep our experience into these two realms, that experiencer and experienced. So this is to be, in theory, what we do is analyze this and come to an understanding, an intellectual conclusion. This is the theory, that coming to an intellectual conclusion about the reality. But this is to be now practically experienced, and so the practical aspect of that is called the yoga. Now, today's topic is not that. Today's topic is yoga itself, the practice. That is the part. But in that practice, again, there are these two divisions, like theory and practice. That again, theory and practice in yoga, in the practical, again there is a theory and practice. I remember in our college education time that there would be the practical and theory. But in practical again there would be some theoretical classes, that it is, you have to see this is this. You actually are not working with hands, but you are understanding the different aspects of it. So this is theory of yoga. And then actual practice of yoga means understanding the nature of this yoga and then uh, practicing the yoga. These are two things that we are going to discuss today, uh, but it is all actually about yoga. It is not like the spiritual life has two aspects, theory and practice. And that is, we are, today that is not the topic. It is, yes, we understand as a theory, it is taken for granted that a God or the Self alone is real. We have spent some time in trying to feel this. It is when we try to see who am I, and then we see that I here and I in the Mayuk sitting there, they are actually same. I are not different. The pot in which that I is kept, that pot there is called Mayuk and the pot here gets called Swami. But what is put in the pot is same, not different at all. By proper analysis, we are forced to come to this conclusion against all our otherwise natural propensities. The natural propensities is that I this, the world this, I here is different from I there. I here is always good, I there is, yeah. So that is the common understanding that we get. But by proper analysis, by looking at the things more closely, we come to this irrefutable conclusion that I is same in everything, not only the human beings, but even in the other creatures, also even in the so-called inanimate objects, everywhere the I is the same. That it is, that does not change. Now this understanding converting into practical experience is called yoga. But this yoga also we have to understand and practice. Without understanding, the practice is not proper. So we have to pay attention to understanding this yoga. And what it consists of is now changing our life in the right direction. And that when we see something is not going in the proper direction, then we change the direction. The life that is glued to this I and world, and I run after various objects, and these objects change because the liking of I keeps on changing. And even in our young Mayuk, you see what he used to like 5 years ago, he doesn't like now. The likings change, and so the objects that he runs after, they also change. So this is the life that is happening. So therefore this life is never going to bring the joy. It is going to bring only the hope of joy. What we were reading in the while coming, will-o-wisp. Will-o-wisp means running after horizon, trying to catch the horizon. keep on doing it, never getting at it. Because such a thing does not exist. So, therefore, now our mind is to be given a direction. The life is to be given a direction to go to that which is real and not that which is imaginary. It is imaginary things you can, for some time you think that they are real, but on verification you see that it is not real. So the life is to be weaned away from that and put it to where it should go. This is called yoga. So two aspects of yoga we understand right here. To wean away the mind from where it is habituated to go. It is habituated, addicted, and so it takes some effort. Like if you have some habit, even somebody just told me that it is they because of her habit of drinking lot of tea or coffee. Now there is a blood pressure problem has been coming. So one reason has been told to her by physicians that drinking too much tea, coffee, wherever there is caffeine, so it may bring lot of blood pressure problems. So reduce if not cut. But now the life is habituated to, drink coffee, coffee, coffee. That we had a couple of people staying at Vedanta Society, and they, without coffee, they cannot start. And the coffee has to be also of a particular type coffee, not what at Vedanta Society, since there's not much always coffee drinking. So we have only the what is it called, instant coffee. So the real coffee drinkers don't get satisfaction by that instant coffee. So they used to get coffee every morning, as they were here in probably our Vedanta Society. They would go out and get a glass of coffee. Because that is now an addiction. Without that, the life cannot go on. So now if it is wrong, if they see that it is wrong to keep on taking coffee, first effort to wean away the mind from that, and then put it that something is good, something that is not harmful. So this is a two-way effort, and it can be done in three ways. Three ways means first pay all attention to remove this addiction of coffee. Second is, no, that addiction will go automatically if my mind is put onto something else. So something that is really helpful, let my mind be put on that, and thus the addiction to coffee will automatically wean away. Correct. And then there is a third way that I was telling, and which for most of us is the proper way, more effective way. Try both. Wean away from coffee and put it to the right thing. This is the nature of yoga in general. This is that to take the mind away. Mind means life also, not just mind. Body, mind, complex. Although I may be using the word mind, it is to be understood as body, mind, complex. Are you getting it, Abhijit? Huh? Yeah. Body, mind, complex. That has been addicted to doing something. Now the direction has to be changed, and it could be understood as this too, like taking away from this and then going to that. In case of our, you say, vehicle driving, this is how it functions. That first going in the wrong direction, so press the brake, bring vehicle to a stop, then turn it. But then other ways there that create an attraction in the reverse direction. So that will automatically make this direction, this attraction go down, and you will be gradually have only that attraction, and that being not harmful, it will yield the right result in life. So this is the understanding of yoga. Now then comes the various ways of doing it. What is the meaning of giving right direction to our life? The various aspects of our life are there. So all of them have to be tuned to the right goal of life. So all aspects are to be removed from going in the wrong direction, and they should go in the right direction. And what are these aspects that we think of? What? There are these three main aspects of our personality. What are those? Can you tell, Raji? Huh? Huh?
Three aspects of our personality.
Yes, our life or personality. Three main aspects that are there.
Body, mind,
Huh?
body, mind, and soul. Like the
Okay, yeah, that is one way of understanding is body, mind, soul.
Or
Yeah.
thinking, doing, feeling.
Thinking, feeling,
Doing.
and doing. Yeah. In yoga, yes, that is, both these things are used. But the names of the yoga, they are according to these three: thinking, feeling, and doing or willing. So thinking, feeling, and actually acting. So when you think, and that thinking has to be given a right direction. That don't think of useless things, because that is an addiction of the mind. Keep on thinking of useless things, which is not going to help you in any way. Not only that, it keeps on making you entangled more and more. So, stopping the thinking of useless things, but as one would complain that, but it goes there, what is to be done? But it goes in that direction. What to do? Now give it the right direction. It is, if it wants to go, let it go to the right direction. So there is this training has to be done to all these faculties, thinking, and don't let the thought be wasted on and those things which are not of going to be very much use to us. They appear to be useful, but are actually not only not useful, but harmful. And so therefore, one has to be very diligent in not letting that go in that way. It is how much we feel that it is wrong, it is not right for us. How much capability do we have? Those who want to take people away from addiction, and they find it very difficult, even though the person understands that it is hurting him or her, they find it almost impossible to get out of the clutches of that substance, whatever they are addicted to. It is, so it depends on how much we emphasize on our mind the ill effects of it, bad effects of doing this. It is when it is only superficially told and superficially understood, it does not bring about the change in life that we all know. The understanding has to go deeper, where the propensity for the particular actions emerge from. There the change must come. Otherwise, it will not be effective. You will understand, but that understanding will not get reflected in life. So therefore, one has to be particular, careful, that let the understanding seep in. Otherwise, we say that, well, I know, but it doesn't work. So, the only way is to repeatedly and more intensely putting it in. I was having once, a coaching going on at our college. I used to play ping pong, table tennis. So, as such, people play in United States usually only as a pastime after dinner and all that, just to it is. But it is important to understand and practice. It comes there that the coach was telling me, oh, you have to hit it like that. You have to hit it like that. And don't hit immediately. Watch. Let it come to the right level and then hit it hard. That is how you should do. I said, I understand, but when playing it doesn't happen. I understand. Don't try to support yourself. He said, don't try to, support the wrong understanding by saying this. Try to keep on trying to do the right thing. It is, I understand everything, but that understanding, when taken to a deeper level, then only it gets changed into action. Otherwise, not. So, therefore, we have to keep on taking it inside till it becomes effective in life. Otherwise, it won't become effective. So, and then I saw after about 1 month of coaching, now see the hand, your hand is not going to that level. It is, and therefore you hit the ball, go somewhere else. No, it has to be right at that level. At that level alone, your hand should be, and then there should be the proper spin to it and proper speed for hitting it. And let these eyes be trained. Eye-hand coordination has to be there. This is all something that comes through practice, then understanding goes deeper. And you find, oh yeah, I thought it will never happen with me, but starts happening. And gradually you become an adept in that. So, this is the yoga understanding has to seep deeper. So it is, this is one aspect of it, that it is like Radhi Maharaj was telling, the body, the mind, the soul. So the understanding has to seep there. So even in understanding theory, there are these levels that we need to see that it goes deeper. Then only that will become that effective in action. Otherwise, it will not become effective. And it is just an example, it is all these things get illustrated by examples very well. Buddha as Siddhartha. Now he sees that, oh, a person is dead and being carried on, the body is being carried on. So now this thing we all see, people die. Here people are, old enough to have seen death in their lives. But the conclusion that Buddha draws, we do not draw that conclusion actually. We understand that conclusion, but it doesn't become effective in our lives. That Buddha saw, asked that charioteer, does it happen to everyone? Oh, yes, everybody has to die. Will it happen to me too? Yes, you also will have to die. And what does it mean? All those things that I cherish, all those things that I run after, they all will become meaningless. And therefore, I should not go after that. And we also get into that, but that understanding does not seep deep enough. So when we read it, say, yes, I understand, but it does not become an executed understanding. Not enough force in that to get executed. Because there are other so-called wrong understandings. They are wrong, but they have gone deeper, those understandings, and therefore in action they become effective. That Buddha immediately draws the conclusion, so I should not run after these things. Charlie also draws this conclusion, but has many other conclusions seeped in.
Yes.
So, and they having those things seeped in more, they become effective. Other thing is that whatever you are habituated to, it is easy. And then this is one of the principles in science that uh, things carve out the easiest path, path of least resistance. That is the principle in technology, in science, path of least resistance. So, although it is wrong, it is easy. See, it is completely illogical, but yet mind does that. It is illogical. Do you do? Actually, it is meaningless. Suppose you want to go to some place, and driving there, it is the path is road is not that good. So, do you choose to go somewhere else just because of that? No, you have to go there. So, even if the path is difficult, you have to go there. That is how one should conclude, and one does like that. It is, I don't think anybody of you would do like this, that it is no, in the plane, I want to go to this Miami, Florida, but that plane is only having middle seat left. I don't like to travel in middle seat. The flight that is going to San Francisco has a window seat available. Do I change? It is stupid to do that. It is, we don't go like that. The goal is more important. So therefore, although it is easy to run after the sense objects, what does it do to us? We should keep on telling it to ourselves. Then it becomes practically effective. So this is the difference between the yoga theory and yoga practice. I am not telling here that about the theory of spiritual life and the practice of spiritual life. It is the theory of the practice that is being discussed here today. That it is, this is theory, that we have to let this understanding seep deeper and deeper and become more and more intense, more and more powerful, so that it becomes effective in one's life. It is without it having enough force, it will not be able to pierce the target. There is a very beautiful oft-quoted analogy in Mundak Upanishad, that pranavo dhanushro yatma brahma tal laksham uchyate, that Om, Pranav, which is the substance, a short way of saying, indicating all spiritual practices. Om. Goal and the practices both are indicated by this great symbol Om. Imagine that Om to be the bow. Pranavo dhanu. Sharo Atma. What is the arrow? Is your soul. That is the arrow. This means the one who is in ignorance, who thinks that I am this body and mind. That is here called the soul or Atma. Pranavo dhanu sharo Atma. And then there has to be a target, isn't it? Arrow is to be hit to the target, shown as bull's eye. It is a very nice term. First see where the bull is, then where is the bull's face and then that bull's eye. So you have to pierce the bull's eye. Now it is this person is just holding the arrow, looking at that. It is good, but you have to pull the string with lot of energy put into that. Force has to be applied. If it otherwise the direction is all right, but it is it won't go there. It won't reach there. The arrow will fall at your feet. It has to have the power behind it. And do you get it, Teresa? Yeah, one has to have that force behind it, then only it will go and pierce the bull's eye, otherwise not. Enough force has to be there to achieve that desired result. Otherwise, it won't. In India, that is a popular sport, cricket. So the ball has to go and hit those stump sticks, and then even if it hits, sometimes the batter could be not out. It has happened a few times because the stump or the bells kept on that must be dislodged. Otherwise, even if the ball hits the sticks, but the bells are not dislodged, then the fellow is not out. The direction was right. Everything else was okay, but the ball didn't have enough that momentum to hit it so powerfully that the bells will fall. So that is an important aspect in sadhana. Why our sadhana does not become result bearing in life. I do every day something. It is good, don't stop doing it. But you have to put more power in it to make it effective. Otherwise, it will not work. So it is doing something just a little bit, maybe as a reminder, all right, but not going to be effective. It will not be functional. The spiritual practice to become functional in life requires some force. Otherwise, it will remain only on the surface. So, in this understanding of yoga, this theory that we saw, it has to go deep. Our body, mind, soul, everything should get permeated by that. And that is, and then the second thing, as was told, that there are three faculties of our personality. That is, the body is there, that work is there. There is the will, working, understanding and feeling. And we all, as human beings, we experience these faculties very distinctly. With other animals, whether they have it or don't have it, depends, but it is sure that they don't have that distinct recognition of these three faculties. They are mixed up. And it therefore becomes an instinct rather than a thoughtful action. A cat sees a mouse and does not have to spend time in thinking. should I catch the mouse or not? It is, yeah, it will automatically, instinctively would be dragged towards that mouse. It is, so that is where human beings, they have these three faculties distinct: understanding by thinking. Let me think. If you say something that, okay, you, that is the trick of people that who want to sell you something quickly. They don't let you have the time for thinking. Because if you think, you are not going to buy it. So the strategy is, don't give you time to think. This is an offer, great offer, but only 24 hours are left. You have to pick up your phone right now and dial this number. And it is only till the stock lasts. So what happens? Teresa gets panicked. Let me right now call. It is, and thus ends up buying what she doesn't need. And then if she gets time to think, I mean, even if people get time to think, not that they think, but
Thank you.
yeah, it is. They will while away the time. It is because thinking, for although it is a characteristic feature of human beings, not that we always use it. It is that our Ranganathananji used to, many would ask questions. This is, think, use this. God has given you brains, and it is a structural organ, let it become a functional organ. Very nice words, you know. It is
GPS. Not listen to GPS.
Not listen to GPS, then what is that the point in having? Yeah, you think about it. Use the brain for thinking, and not that we make good use of it always. It is a faculty available, but not put into lot of use. So this is a change that has to be brought about, that we think, let our thinking be active. He was a great example in that, active thinker. It is always thinking. I saw him in so many different situations. Whatever information would come to him, he would think about it. Those who are cautious, in buying, they say, let me think about it. And they don't want to rush at a decision. Let me think about it. It is, I am not rushing at the conclusion. Think. Otherwise, it becomes an instinctive response rather than a thought out response. Do you see, Charlie? A response, and that is thought out, and a response that becomes an instinctive without thought. So, this is again a matter of understanding and practice, that let us think. This is before turning the thinking faculty in the right direction, we have to first activate it. It remains dormant otherwise. We don't think. What, Mayuk? We should think, yeah. We should think. It is, we should not brood. Something that passes for thinking is not thinking. But sometimes we say, I am thinking. No, you are brooding and labeling it as thinking. The two things are again different. So, thinking. Do we understand the importance of thinking?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. What, Shubham?
Yes.
Yes. Thinking is important.
So
And
thinking is not thinking.
brooding is actually opposite of thinking.
It just comes.
Brooding is that on the same useless track the mind just keeps on rotating there. That is called brooding.
Overthinking.
Huh?
Overthinking.
Yeah, thinking about it
They
is.
call it overthinking.
Yeah, it is. Thinking is different from brooding. Brooding is also sometimes when brooding becomes intense, it becomes worrying. Worrying. It is not thinking. That old time book of Dale Carnegie. Stop worrying and start thinking. That stop worrying and start thinking. So this is now understanding and execution. So there is this theoretical side of this is yes, I must start thinking. Whatever I see, let the thought process go on there. That whatever comes to me, let this thought process has to take it over. So before acting, let the thought process run over it. So this is an habit that needs to be cultivated. Thinking. Now there is the habit of, the other faculty, sorry, not habit, feeling. Very important faculty, feeling, which becomes the most potent driving force in the life of most of us. It is in Buddha's life or in Vivekananda's life, you see, thinking was enough. Not that they lacked feeling, but thinking was enough, very strong aspect. If they think, then the action will be done in the light of that thinking. But we have to give right direction to feeling, because even if we think right, the feelings, they overpower the conclusion that we arrive by thinking. The thinking might arrive at the right conclusion, but it doesn't have the power to overturn the feelings. It is so, the feelings also therefore need to be turned towards that which is permanent and real rather than impermanent. Feelings going to, just as thinking about impermanent things gets you into a useless bondage. Similarly, feeling about the things that change, come and go, makes us get caught in the bondage. And therefore, one has to turn the feelings in the right direction. And then actions, the last but not the least, the aspect of actions. We all work, have to work, and nobody is free from work. Even if somebody is just sitting in a couch, that fellow is still working. The one who doesn't work is only one who has eradicated all ego. Others have to work as long as one feels I and the world. This division is there, I and the world. Then this I is compelled to run after the world. That is work. That is work. I running after the world. So the work is not going to be there only in the case when this I is eradicated. So, of course, then this discourse is also not necessary when I is eradicated. But till then, you can see that work has to be there. Body may be sitting idle, but the mind would be working. So the work is the third important faculty. Thinking, feeling and working. It is all the three need to be given proper direction. So this is the yoga, giving all three the right directions. These three therefore are called, these three processes of giving right direction to each of them, like giving right direction to our thinking is called jnana yoga, the yoga of discernment. That this is a practice that one has to do, that yoga of discernment. Then there is this yoga of feeling, turning our attractions, repulsions in the right direction. That is called the yoga of love or yoga of bhakti, bhakti yoga. And this is not completely divorced from the rational faculty, but it is more geared to the faculty of feeling, that you feel. This is this faculty needs to be properly channeled. We have love in human life, that we feel love for each other, but since this so-called each other, they keep on changing, that love also has to keep on changing. Here there is love at this moment, after some time it is gone, and we wonder why. The reason is obvious, because those objects are impermanent. How can the love for them be permanent? It is basically not possible. So therefore, these feelings have to be changed to that and which is real. That which does not change, that becomes bhakti yoga. And the actions that we do, every action, you know what it is, with every action it has a force that binds us with it. There is a result. The problem is that the action, we say that okay, done, finished. No, consequences. Every action will have corresponding consequences. The consequences are not random. They are intricately connected with the action that is performed. Exact same, like the lock and the key. So exact key will open the exact lock. So every lock has therefore the right key. So every action has a predetermined exact effect. If you do this, this will be the effect. That is why science is possible. That if you determine the cause, you can determine the effect. It is. So, when the actions results, we are bound by the results. That is what is a word that Bhagavad Gita uses. Karma bandha, the bondage of the karma. Means you did the action with some somewhat free mind that I want to do it. Your will did the action. That I want to do this. Now the consequences, they are not now, you cannot govern them independently. Your actions have already determined the consequences that you have. It is going to be that. You may not then, you will not have that freedom then. Once you commit an action, the consequences are tied to it. It is a package deal. That action and consequences. And that becomes so terrible. Because most of us do the action and we want one effect of that action, like happiness, and that comes from it. That it is, yeah, but there is the other effect of it which we don't want. No, you cannot do that. If you take that, you have to take this also. Like a medicine you take, you have the effect and the side effect. It is not possible, there will be a side effect. Then to control that side effect, you have to take another medicine. It will have its effects and side effects. So there is no win-win situation in that. That effect and side effect. So consequences become a bondage because of that. And we don't want the consequences of actions in totality. Some consequences we want, like the consequence of having a large, big house. Many feel this attraction, let us have, this is, only just 2 rooms. We want a big house. Okay, then the problems of the big house also will be there. You have to do more maintenance. You have to pay more taxes. All that, the consequences of big house will also be there. It is. So, this is probably you didn't think about this. You thought it will be so nice to have a big house. But then there are these consequences to clean it. Because we don't see this, but this is what automatically happens. That it is, the things get spread out. And then finding them becomes difficult. Where did I keep? Earlier it was just one room, so it cannot go beyond that room. Now it is 6 rooms. So you might be here, might be there, might be there. Well, that work increases. That you did not bargain for. That, okay, a big house would be so nice. All my friends and relatives will appreciate, and so forth. It is all will give thumbs up. But no, you have to spend time in maintaining. Cleaning itself becomes so problematic, that big house. So do more work in cleaning. If it is small, then small work, big means big work. So bondage comes due to that action. So every action has consequence and that cannot be avoided. So we have this now problem before us that there is this karma bandha. So how can we get freed from this bondage of action? This is a great topic in all religious literature, especially in Vedanta and more importantly in Bhagavad Gita. Most of the yoga in Bhagavad Gita is concentrated on karma yoga, yoga of action. The reasons are not far to find. Because the Arjuna is a regular person like us, very famous no doubt, but was not endowed with discernment and they wasn't a great devotee either. So was a worldly person basically, had family, attachment to the family, more bigger family, bigger attachment. What can you do, you know? So it is, there are the attachments. So he had all those problems like we have. And that makes us do work, get into bondage of work. Now Arjuna had a work to be done, a duty to be done, but duty becomes so torturous. You have to do it as a consequence. You took up a job. You took up a job for getting some money, but now you have to deliver, you have to do all that work. Even if it is not pleasant, you have to do it, can't avoid. So this is a problem that Arjuna was having because the work that he had to do would involve many unpleasant things to be done. We all have that. The duty is never pleasant, you know. It is one characteristic of duty is it is bothersome, unpleasant. So we want to avoid it, and then the consequences of avoiding are much worse. So therefore, everybody has this problem of working, how to get the only the right things from the work, but avoid the bondage of the work. Karma bandha. You are thrown into a terrible bondage. It is so. This bondage is how to get rid of that bondage. That becomes now the what we call karma yoga, the yoga of action. So now all these three, they are also dependent on our control of mind and body. So that forms therefore an integral part of all yogas, and that is called Raj Yoga. It is that all right that you have to take your life in that direction. And do you have control over it? So you have to learn to establish control over it. It must be under your control. You say, my body, is it under your control? No, it doesn't have that control. Do you say, my mind? Yes, I say my mind. How much control do you exercise on the mind? Body to some extent. Mind even worse. Body to, yes, I can take the body to attend to Vedanta class. Ah, isn't it? Hey, come on, let's drive there. But then Shubham comes here, but hey, mind, come on, sit here. That is so difficult, you know. It is to go. My mind should be under my control, but it doesn't happen. So that needs to be learned. And that learning is matter of understanding and practice. So again in yoga, in every yoga, there is this understanding aspect and practicing aspect. This is, they both are to be taken up. So, I mean, understand what is the yoga of action, what is the yoga of, bringing all our faculties under control, yoga of turning the feelings towards the ideal, and then thinking in the right direction. That first thinking and thinking in the right direction. So these are to be properly looked into. That understanding part we tried to discuss in this first session, that we have to understand this the theory that thinking has to be done. It is, we should not be non-thinking. The faculties have to be aroused to work. They should be living faculties. So thinking, use it. Feeling, use it. The willing or work, use it. Don't let them remain just dormant. It is, so this is theoretically to be worked out and then practically to be implemented. There are so many problems while doing it that we face, and there have to be practical solutions to that. That they, for example, work, that I understand that I get bound by the desires, and then the results of the work, they come to me even if I don't want. Moreover, those are the results mean I have to put work again. It becomes a cycle then, vicious cycle. So how to avoid it, how to get out of it? To get out of it is they put the cycle reverse. That it is, instead of this vicious cycle, put a virtuous cycle there. The tendencies then can be modified by through practice. So this is the understanding of this work, that the bondage is to be removed, and then that bondage of action can be removed by, as it is told in Bhagavad Gita, learn to this do with the spirit of yajna, sacrifice. Do every action, but with the spirit of sacrifice. And thus, yajnathat karmano anyatra karma bandhana. So tadartham karma kaunteya. That verse is so beautiful. That, see, we want the work should be done, but no bondage of work should ensue. How to do it? Yajnarthat. Do the work as a matter of sacrifice. So, it is, then it will be, work will be done, there will be no bondage ensuing from it. Simple, isn't it, Teresa?
Yes.
Yeah, so do the work as a matter of sacrifice. This is, I mean, the theory is easy to understand, that if you do work as sacrifice, then it will not be bringing any bondage to you. Similarly, about feelings, how will they not bring entanglement and sufferings? Have such feelings about that which is permanent and which is the source of joy. So what will you get? You will get something permanent and you will get lot of joy from it. You will get the infinite bliss. So this is to be done. Third thing that we saw is the yoga of knowledge. Same thing, that discern. We discern as such many things. That should I eat this or not? This has so many calories, this has so few calories. Okay, you use discernment there. Same discernment, that faculty is to be put to use in discerning if the thing is permanent or impermanent. Everything that we come in contact with, just see, is it permanent or is it impermanent? And then comes the next important step, that how to see that it is impermanent. The shapes and the forms, they change, and so they are impermanent. The substance does not change, so that is permanent. So thus you understand what is permanent, what is not permanent. Now, when you see this, and as this knowledge starts going deeper and deeper, this scenario will change. I guarantee you this scenario will change. You yourself can see that. And that which you know to be impermanent, the mind does not get attached to it. Like you never get attached to your seat in the plane. Nobody gets attached to it. Why? Because you actually know that it is impermanent. So when these things, this body is impermanent, when known, then the attraction, attachment with the body of the body will go away. And then what to speak of the attachment to those with whom we are related because of this body? And when the attachment to body itself goes away, what about attachment to, say, parents or offsprings or siblings? That also automatically will go away. It is theoretically very simple to understand. The moment one sees that it is impermanent, this is therefore the Jnana Yoga, to know that it is impermanent. And keep on practicing this understanding that these things are not permanent at all. Not permanent and therefore not real. This is a big leap in that you find in Vedanta, sometimes many philosophers, they raise questions. Okay, we can understand that they are impermanent, but by that, how do you say it is not real? It is impermanent for that time, it is real. Don't call it unreal. Now the Vedantists ask this counter question. How do you decide something real or unreal? Now, for example, you saw something in dream. How did you decide that it was dream, it was not real? Because it didn't last. Our test for real is that of permanence. If it lasts, then real. If it doesn't last, then although I experienced, it is not real. The great Mandukya Karikas, they gave a very beautiful verse on this. Adau ante chayannasti vartamane tat tatha. That it was not before, it is not going to be after, it is not there before, it is not there after, and so even at this moment, although I am experiencing it, what conclusion should I draw? It is not even now, because it comes, it goes. So it is just a passing show, passing appearance. It should not be thought of as real. What, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah, or not?
Not real.
Not real. Because what I say comes and goes. So it is not real.
Yeah. What? Wait, what?
What I mean, whatever that Swami is saying comes and goes. So it is.
It's true, but it's about something that's permanent.
It is about something that is permanent. So that is why, although this argument superficially appears to be very strong, that call it impermanent, why you call it unreal? But question is, what is unreal? How do you decide something to be unreal?
It disappears after a while.
That is, impermanence becomes therefore the criterion for unreal. That if it is...
About the theory they say that time is now.
Yeah.
Enjoy now, not think about future or the past.
Yeah, but...
It's not about that.
Yeah, exactly. So it is... The now also disappears. That is a very important thought, that live in the moment,
Yes.
now, but it is that is possible only when time disappears for you. Otherwise there is no now. Without what is now? A connection between past and present, future becomes now. So it is a very important thought, but very glibly used without looking at this. I was listening, one Buddhist teacher was talking at our that interfaith meeting, and the topic was time. And then he said, when he said that Buddhist thought centers on being at the moment, but what it means is that the idea of time disappears. Yeah, there is no past, future, present also is therefore not there. You go beyond time. Yeah, it is. Thus, therefore, one must see this that there is no permanent, and therefore, whatever is not permanent, although appears, is not real. So this is the theory of Jnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge. Now, what are the practical these ways of doing it? Yes, they are also described that how we should do it. It is practically implementing is difficult but possible. Difficult only because of the mental inhibition. It is many times I have to deal with this. I tell something, I am not person like that. No, I cannot do it. I have never done it. So I tell that a child may say, I have never walked before, says a 6 month old. Does it mean that it is never going to walk? Because I had never walked before, so I am not going to walk any time after. What a delusive argument. I had never done it before. Okay, you have not done many things before, does it conclude that I am not going to do it afterwards? No, you see, very irrational thinking. So it is the mental inhibition comes. So in all yogas, the main first blow is to be kick out those inhibitions, and then we will be able to proceed. Then we will see it is not as difficult. So many people I have spoken to, they say that yeah, now it doesn't appear to be that difficult. Getting up early in the morning, is it easy or difficult? If you see that no, it is impossible for me, that it is getting up at that insane hour for 5 o'clock. Now it is not insane. When you break that habit and that mental inhibition, then it becomes gradually automatic. And in fact, it breaks this idea of your being under that influence of certain time or these things, and you can start governing it. It does happen. So it is not very difficult. We do far more difficult things in life actually. Is it easy? For example, so many people, what Rupak, is it easy to bring up a child? What Mayuk? He is sleeping. Is it easy for your parents to bring up a child?
No.
No, he himself said no. So, and yet they are doing it. So it is not easy. You are much better. I was much difficult child than you. So I gave lot of problems to my parents, and we were 3 siblings. Imagine. Yeah. So it is, as they say in English, one is enough to rock the boat. So 3. So it is, that is so difficult, and yet people do it. The spiritual practice is not even half as that difficult. So each of us can do it only because of the mental inhibition. No, I cannot do it. Just push it aside, start doing it, and it becomes easy. So let us now have our lunch and then proceed on. While you are taking lunch, think of some nice questions that you have in mind, and we will take those up. And also there will be a music hour. So how many good musicians we have that. Rashmi is there. Then what, Teresa, you would like to
No.
sing? No?
No, I have inhibition for that.
But you can dance, isn't it?
I won't watch it. I won't do it.
She is a good dancer, you know. So she can dance. And then Abhijit sings. So we have Charlie is a good singer. Why? You sing, isn't it?
I don't have my.
Without that you can sing. This is without that you can sing. Yeah. So let us first sing Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina Hari Om Tat Sat Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, please accept our offerings, bless us, make us pure and all-loving. May we not accuse, demand or complain, but love, respect and cooperate with all. May we not find faults with others, but try to find our own faults. May we not treat others as strangers, but learn to make all our own. May we feel the whole world to be our own. Peace, peace, peace given to all. So, Vinay and Shubham, and they have arranged all the food up there. So, simple thing you have to do is just go and get it. Is it very difficult? No. So please.
Looks like you got the.
Next session, what time?
You want to use that for a
Next session, what is time now?
No.
12:13 now.
Okay.
I said 12:15. 1:15. 1:15. We will have music and then question answers. Then the discussion on practicality. And practicality, actually I am taking practicality mostly from Holy Mother's life incidents. The best teacher I have found in practically guiding our lives is Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. So every difficulty that we may think of, there is a solution that she gives from her own life. Yeah. So therefore, I requested Raji 2 days ago that please select some instances, because I know that in my life as well as in many spiritual aspirants' lives, that Holy Mother becomes the beacon light to guide us through. So that will be the practical class. Yeah. So please, Teresa.
First.
Yeah.
It's done.
Offer flowers. There are Chris has brought lot of nice flowers.